top of several multi-billion dollar companies on their leadership boards. She started her own company. Excuse me. She's an author, excuse me, and started our company with founders almost 7 years ago, guys. And is our visionary and our leader. And oh my goodness, as a mom, a glam mom, an author, and a co-author, she finds the perfect balance between work and life. And with the vision that she's been able to give Akana, oh my goodness, guys, we're just getting started and we're so excited about the things that are coming up. So without any further ado, my friend, my mentor, my sister, Melissa Boston Etayebi. Melissa, go ahead and take it over.
Wow, Kathy, thank you so much. And it's super exciting because Kathy also is here with us in Chicago. So we are so excited. It was great having this opportunity to work with you over the weekend to experience the Women's Expo. Oh my goodness. And we're going to hear from each one of our leaders just in a moment. But I do want to just give it back to you because you were so modest and so humble. I mean, Kathy is one of our Emerald directors, is our VP of Finance, and we're in so many hats. And I'm telling you what, this is going to be an epic, epic week as we literally make history together. Just appreciate you, Kathy, for all that you do. And I'm telling you what, we're going to have a lot of fun. And so I have an awesome lineup. We're going to hear from our diamonds and just some of our other leaders who had the opportunity to experience this weekend with us. We're going to talk a little bit about the Women's Expo, but also the Battle of the Blood Types, okay? And hopefully all roads are leading to Chicago for you, because I do know we have leaders coming in from New York. We have leaders coming in from Florida. Of course, Kathy's here from South Carolina. Indianapolis and South Bend, Indiana are representing all the time, and just so many other surrounding areas. So again, hope to see you there. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in it as I say good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone on the line. We love starting this call with our mission and the meaning of Akana. We believe that health, wealth, freedom, and legacy are our birthright. By offering the most life-changing products and an innovative business, we empower people to elevate to their full potential. Akana means in the hands of God. And this weekend, oh my goodness, we had the opportunity to work the Women's Expo. Many of you heard us work the Black Women's Expo, and it was just a new venture. This was the first time I know I've worked the Women's Expo. We were out there at the Rosemont Convention Center, and there were women from all walks of life, a lot of African American women there. So we definitely represented in so many capacities, even as vendors. I was really blown away when we looked at how many vendors there were that were African American. So when we say the Women's Expo, it truly was diverse, and we had a really good time. It was actually not just the Women's Expo, but also a food expo. So for foodies, it was a great opportunity to connect with local, restaurants. I mean, in fact, there was such a need for some food, okay, some higher quality food, we believe, right? So I think, what we're doing this weekend is going to be super fun with our chili and all of the other snacks and samples for the audience, but it also gives us opportunities as we move forward in the future, as we think about blood types and food and really how we can educate people in an entertaining way. I mean, it really opened up lots of ideas. So we were always inspired. That's the cool thing about when you show up and show out somewhere. There's always something God's trying to tell you and provide to you. And so I truly believe that this was another piece of the puzzle, even as it relates to diversifying our team, diversifying our platform. We had a chance to observe some interesting things, okay? And something it probably wasn't a surprise, but just to see it in person. But again, I don't want to spend my time talking. I have some of our phenomenal leaders who are on the line. In fact, I'm going to start with Diamond Mooney. I know he's got an appointment early morning, so we want to get him up and early on this call so that he can really share. Many of you know him as our not only Diamond leader, as our number one income earner, but this is an extraordinary entrepreneur, a Bee Blood tribe, right? So yes, he's a part of that bougie bee, but he's been leading the charge in so many areas. The master of our compensation plan, really helping each and every of us go to the next level. So without any further ado, Diamond Mooney, I know you were there this week. You and your beautiful wife, Ann. So just share a little bit of your experience, and then let's talk about Battle of the Blood Types.
Melissa, can you hear me?
Loud and
Hello,
clear.
can you hear me? Oh man, let me share. Now you all know I could get real hyped, and get real excited. Sometimes I'll probably figure Minister Mooney gets excited about everything. But let me say, this is one time that I'm like, oh my God, it was amazing being at the Women's Expo. It was just super amazing. The size of it, the number of people that showed up, the diversity of the whole environment, the number of vendors. And it was really, I felt very proud that a group of us came together, also diverse, but powerful in our presentation and our representation. Man, and I was just the way we represented. If I had not said it while I was there, the group of leaders, I call you leaders, that showed up, I'm so proud of you. I am very impressed by what I saw you do. Now, I gotta give some shout outs, man. Let me tell you, I from the side. So, and to be able to see your own partner distributors that you hear on the phone in person. Man, great energy. Let me tell you, Minister Ernestine showed up and I saw Reba. Minister Ernestine had her strategy that if you ask them about my pants, I'm going to ask you about your blood type. But it was just such an amazing experience. And when you saw the number of people that sat at our booth wanting to know their blood type, main question, wanted to know our blood type. I and Melissa, Tracy, Kathy, corporate team had everything aligned. All we had to do was hold out our phone, make the transactions. I say you all, we operated like 5-star, and people from all walks of life received us very well. So I'm proud of Akana. I'm proud of you. I'm proud, Melissa. I'm proud of the corporate team. With that being said, I could say a lot, but man, shout out to everybody. I'm so proud of y'all. Back to you, Melissa.
Wow. Wow. And before we let you go, definitely want to hear your take on the Battle of the Blood Type. All roads are leading here to Chicago. Many of them might have missed the Women's Expo, but why should they not miss this event?
Right. Let me tell you. Now, what I just said about the expo, I think Battle of the Blood Types is going to be 10 times that. I know minimum in just being a math person and knowing numbers, I easily see us crossing the threshold of 200, the first threshold of 250 people. Why? Because you have all teams right now on fire, right? You got Bernadine Kirkland coming in town with Kayada, and then Ty from the shot of ABs. You have Minister Ernestine, Tracy, them representing, Iola Common, and they was fired up. You would have think they was in there recruiting O's. And then you got Terry Anderson and Cherie Eppinger. Everybody's talking stuff, but everybody is really pumped up. And the way that expo crowd receives us, it's a lot of people that are going to be there. So when you look at what's going to happen in the information, the goodie bags, and just the information to identify and get in an environment to meet people just like you and see in common what you have and see what you have in common with them based off of their blood, right in the middle of Bronzeville. And let me just throw out the caveat: it's in our new ballroom. Y'all, if you haven't seen it, you want to get by there just to see the ballroom. So with that being said, there's so much more that I could say, Melissa. I would say this: look forward to the marketing. And on the B side, let me tell you, Bougie B's coming. I'm so excited about what we're about to do. You know, I always got something. If you're going to bet on that horse, Melissa, what do you always say? I'm going to bet on Melissa. Okay, back to you, Melissa.
That's right. There's a saying, bet on the jockey, right? Yeah, yes, indeed. So love it, love it, love it. And what's exciting is we have the opportunity, for, like you said, every blood type to just really have a chance to show up and show out. So speaking of blood types, hey, Mooney represents our Bougie Bees. And we do have our A-licious A's on the line too. And Terry Anderson, Diamond Terry, who is leading the charge in vending. She is truly the vending queen, really helped us put together a lot of the vending strategy. She's been doing this for decades as our original raw vegan expert in the Chicagoland area, really being a pioneer for the whole vegan movement for decades and decades and decades. And so we are just super proud to be partnered with you, Terry Anderson. I know you had an amazing weekend at the Women's Expo, was able to be represented with some of your team. And I know this weekend, oh my goodness, I know the A-licious A's are showing up and showing out. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Terry, to take it away. And star twice.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can, yes.
Okay, good morning, team. So the Women's Expo, the Food Expo was just amazing. I mean, as you walk into it, it was loud music, it was, exciting music. Everybody was bouncing around, looking good. I mean, with so many looking good people there, I was just like amazed. It was exciting. What I found interesting, considering I've been vending for years, I found it very interesting. It was a lot of food. Oh my God, it was so much food. It was so much temptation. Carrot cake, red velvet cake, entrepreneurs that had sauces, coffee vendors. It was so much food. And I was concerned that that would be a big distraction for people, because getting education out to people, and they got all this food around them and, nice little healthy samples. But I'm telling you, this crowd, they still came to our table. They wanted to know what is this blood type. They wanted to know about themselves. It was so many people that wanted to know how to make their lives better. They were interested. A lot of people got their blood type done yesterday, Saturday and Sunday, and bought other products. And then there were people who just asked questions, who want to, continue to connect to us and come to the Battle of the Blood Type this weekend, because I'm telling you, that crowd was just amazing. And I want to give it out. I want to shout out to all the Akana team members. I think it was on Saturday, it was about 10 of us, not including Melissa, and Sunday, I can't remember. I mean, we were working the crowd. If you came towards our corner, we talked to you. We went out of our corner, our area, and we grabbed people, and people wanted to know their blood type. So yeah, I definitely want to shout out to Reba and Ty and Anita came in, Dr. Betty, Iola, Tracy. I can't even, Minister Mooney, his wife. It was just, you missed it. And I'm going to tell you what, and I found out right before, a couple of days before the event, that the expo was giving tickets out for free just to attend. So, next time, just come out, enjoy it, see the excitement. It was food demonstration. They even had cocktails. I mean, they had everything from A to Z there. And with all of that going on, people still came over to our table with drinks in their hand, food, pies in their, carrying pie bags, etc. But they wanted to know about their health, and they wanted to get better. And I just felt like I was at the right place at the right time, and our team was delivering the right message. So I was just really honored to be there. And I just tell you guys, pay attention to these events. And if they do free things, come in and just see what's going to have an experience. But we worked that crowd, and we're excited about it. And we talked about the Battle of the Blood Type. I'm going to move on to the Battle of the Blood Type, which is this weekend. I'm going to tell you, you don't want to miss that. This is our annual Battle of the Blood Type. The crowd that I invite, I said, listen, it's not going to be all of this distraction here. You're going to get a chance to hear about information for blood type A, B, AB, and O. And it's going to be very focused. You're going to get some samples, and you're going to get a swag bag, and you're going to get a lot of information. So, I was promoting that, and a lot of other team members were promoting the weekend too for people who didn't buy and people who did buy. So, we, A-listers, I ain't trying to start none, but hey, we won last year. We intend to win this year. So, make sure, let your people know what team invite them, especially when they're new people, because people forget. But we're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of education this weekend. It's just on and popping, and I invite you to be there and bring your community. I'm not saying bring a friend. I said bring your community. So back over to you, Melissa.
Wow. And that's how you do it, right? Bring your community. That's a statement right there, folks. Drop the mic. Hopefully you paid attention. And the fee to get in is $10 for everyone except those who are a part of the battle. Many of you know who you are because you've been on those conference calls, working your strategy. So great job to all the blood types. You guys are going to show up and show out. And we're going to keep it moving because I have another bougie bee I need to bring up. And she is a doctor of naturopath. She's also our wellness director. She is our chief compliance officer and just doing the most. I'm telling you what, this is a woman who is about to approach 76, and she runs around like someone half her age. I can't keep up with that, right? She is truly amazing. Decades of experience. When I read her bio, I'm always impressed that in 1968, she was getting her nursing degree. And I'm like thinking, I wasn't even born then. So Dr. Betty, you've got it going on. We're always so proud of you. I know you had to wear many hats this weekend. You showed up at the expo on Saturday. You graced us in the parking lot on Saturday for 2 seconds because you had a women's event to help at the spa. We actually had one of our I Am Frequency, which is a formerly known as Sisters in Healing, that Dr. Betty went back and worked that also on Sunday. So with no further ado, I'm going to bring up Dr. Betty, and if you can also tell them why they need to be at the Battle of the Blood Type.
Day clean, everybody. Let me tell you, we had such an amazing time at that expo. There were people, really wall-to-wall people, and just like they said, our table was pretty much surrounded at all times. You could go by some people's tables and, they might, or their booths, and there might be people there and there might not, but ours was consistently inundated with people seeking the knowledge that we were sharing. And just like Terry was saying, some people got their blood types done, some people bought products, some people just looked and engaged in conversation. I can't tell you how many people I invited to come on out to to our Battle of the Blood Type because they were really excited about that. And so I encourage all of you to come out to the Battle of the Blood Type. Bring your community, bring your family, bring your friends, bring everybody that you meet, because we have life-saving information for them surrounding their blood type, their food choices, and it offers an opportunity for people to see that there is more to life than Popeyes and Chick-fil-A and all of those places, and that there is health in eating right for your blood type. So, what else did you want me to talk about?
Yeah, really the women's expo this weekend. So yeah, I love it.
Or
as they say, bougie bees, y'all better show up and show out.
You have said nothing but words. And the other thing that I just thought about is just through working the crowd, I met so many people and really picked up on and started to develop relationships with women, especially who want to collaborate with Akana. So that's something up and coming, and that looks to be very exciting. So
nice. Love it.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate that. That's a great insight. Thank you so much, Dr. Betty. Amazing. And I know we have another one of our Emerald directors on the line, Kathy Weathersby. I know she's trying to get her voice back. So if you Kathy, I know I gave you a tremendous introduction earlier, just kind of sharing how you wear all these hats. We love you so much. I know you're here all the way from South Carolina. Just thank you for all that you do. And if you want to just go ahead and represent for those amazing O's. So I know you're in town to show up and show out. Okay.
Absolutely, man. This weekend was fantastic. And like Dr. Betty said, one of the exciting things was meeting people that want to collaborate. I know there were several people that came over to the booth and wanted to, hey, I've got a platform where I want to interview. I don't even think I ever told you about that, Melissa. But I want to interview you guys and help you on our social media platform. I want to partner with you because I do financial services and I want to bring that to your company. I want to take what you have to my community. We had people who were authors and broadcasters and social media network creators. And like Willie and everybody has said, the level of acceptance was validating. We know that we are doing something that people are hearing about. Pretty much everybody that we spoke to knew that they needed to know their blood type. If they didn't know it, they found it out. If they did know it, we got several questions where, yeah, I do know my blood type, but what next? Well, we have the answer, and it was so exciting to be able to tell them the what next. And so, guys, I encourage you to do your vending events. Take this message out there, because when people come by your booth and they see what you're talking about, they're interested. You don't understand. That's half the problem. That's half the issue that most vendors have, is to get somebody to stop for something. And let me tell you about my stuff. Well, what we're talking about, the way we set up our booth, the energy that we exude from the booth draws people in. And that's exactly what we expect to do at the blood type battle. The battle of the blood types is going to be off the chain. We were inviting every single person there to come here. We have been texting out our invitations. We have been catching up with our people locally. I even have a few people here locally. So make sure that when you come, you bring your tribe, like Terry said. That's the absolute best way to do this. That way everybody gets educated, and then that way the O's will win. Back to you, Melissa.
Hey, I love it. I love it. You guys are showing up and showing out. I see you. I mean, O's were represented at that Women's Expo. There were so many O's at that table. I'm telling y'all doing your thing. And also to Anthony, I don't know if we said your name yet, but Anthony Davis was also a part of the amazing weekend. Anthony Morris was a part of the amazing weekend that we had. So we are so proud to have him represent for the A-Licious tribe too. I know we mentioned Iola, we mentioned Anita Shelton, we mentioned all the other leaders like Reba who were there, Ernestine Davis, Ann Mooney. So many people showed up and showed out. Tracy Bolton, if she's on the line, she's another one of our amazing O's. She'll be there in spirit this weekend. She is on her way to South Africa. But I know she's been on the evening calls with the O's, really helping to lead the charge, ensuring that O's show up and show out in a way that I know y'all can do and will do. Okay. And so Tracy, one of our phenomenal Ruby directors, just has a business right now that's on fire, leading the charge at our corporate office as our VP of logistics and warehouse, also holding so many hats, helping to ship packages and fulfillment as well. So if you are on the line, I would love for you to kind of share, anything you want to share with the team before you head to South Africa.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to say I am super excited because I see the change. I see the season changing for us as a company. And when I tell you, just working together as a team is something so amazing. Because even in the Word of God, it speaks that one can chase 1,000, two can do 2,000, or a 3/4 cord ain't easily broken. Let me tell you something. The way that we worked together at this expo and the previous one and all of that, it ran so smooth. Everybody fell into their own pocket and it all collaborated and we did what we had to do. people were actually coming. They was like, y'all, I remember y'all hugging us. You was at the Black Women Expo, and these people are following us. They're looking for us. And I'm telling you, they're hungry for what we have. I know I'm on my way to Africa, but yeah, I'll have plenty guests up in the house. I've been calling people, and they be like, I have people tell me yesterday, I've been driving by 35th and King Drive looking for you, and I couldn't find you. And just some just said, instead of sending the invite, call them. And let me tell you, they was like, look, we are dedicated to being there Saturday, but I want to come before Saturday. What day are you going to be there? So they've already booked to come early to do some stuff before Saturday. Guys, people are really looking for what we have. And what we have is so amazing and sent from God, because we are in the hands of God. That thing is really real. So all I can say is that if you need help, let somebody like Terry Anderson or Willie Mooney or Kathy or Anita Shelton, any of us. We had Shy. Shy is a new team member. When I tell you she looked like she had been with the company from day one, she was breaking it down. She stood out there, and everybody that came across her path, I'm looking at her breaking down things I ain't seen people that's been in the company doing. So if you want to get out there, it's amazing when you're getting out there and you're amongst the people that's doing it. You learn so much. You learn how to say things, and then you grab your own way of doing things, and then you critique that, and you knock it out of the park. You just got to get out there and do it. So I'm excited because I know I won't be there, but I know it's going to be flowing. So back to you, Melissa.
Thank you so much. I tell you what, amazing job this weekend, everyone. I know all of the leaders who just summed it up. I mean, you guys did it. You summed it up so well. And again, for our Rubies that were there, I would have had all you guys on, but we'll bring you up another day. I know Anita drove all the way in from Missouri, so that was so awesome. Anita, thank you for that. Anthony Morris is another one of our Ruby directors, and then Ernestine is another Ruby director. So it was so awesome to be supported by diamonds, emeralds, rubies, and then a lot of new folks. That was awesome. And then some of you who've been with us for a while, and we're just seeing your growth, and that is always impressive. So with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in today. I know we have the hair Zoom. Kathy does a dynamic job on that every Monday, so make sure you're supporting that. I know Royaline Wilson, I hear you're going to be joining that call soon. So she's one of our hair experts who really has been, obsessed with the hair product line because of what it's done for her and now what it's doing for so many people. So just know, stay tuned for some new exciting things happening with our hair division. Also, too, tomorrow, let's jump on our Diamond Factory so that you can get all the empowering information that you need. And then this weekend, it's a full weekend. So get with your leader so you can get the full schedule. And remember, Saturday from 12 to 4, it's a $10 entry fee. And we want you to show up and show out. And then the next day, Ruby Roundtable meeting out there at the bowling alley. And then we're going to conclude that with bowling for family and friends. So you want to show up and show out. Again, check social media for all the details and all the addresses and all the times, or check your email. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. I want each and every one of you to have a kind of day, because we're going to see you at the top, the very top, the tip top.